host tonight because Paul wants to watch the Bears stumble ass backwards into another victory.
Very likely what they'll do.
Hey, God hoping. That's the only way we can win this season. But, hey, anyways, Andrew, thank you for being here. You're our guest host tonight. We got a lot to cover, a lot to go over, Chicago comedy news. I was thinking, I was like, man, I don't know how we're going to have, like, new shit to talk about every week. But, it just – 2020, this just is the gift that keeps on giving.
It never stops.
It never stops. Whether you want it to or not, it never fucking stops. Just when we had clubs opening, we have clubs closing.
Indeed.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff happening with that. New COVID restrictions in place. Old Auntie Lori giving us the shaft. But, hey, stop coughing on each other, and we'll get back to where we should be. But in any case, like I said, Chicago Comedy Show, where we're your one-stop shop for all new Chicago comedy related. Today we're going to go over, like I said, COVID restrictions, highlighting some people, alumni at work. We had some alumni doing some great things out there, and also a point counterpoint, which, Andrew, I think this is this is what you're here for. This is what you live for.
This is a hill I die on.
Yes. Andrew picks many hills to die on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be a good one. Yeah, dude. So, starting off, we'll go into the clubs a little bit here. So, big things, new restrictions put in place. Right now we've got clubs that are closed. Zany's Rosemont closed.
Rosemont is closed? Are you serious?
Yes.
They just opened.
Yeah, I know. And they're closed now again. Saw it on their Instagram page. They closed their doors. So, yeah, we're back to it's rough out there, dude. That's the one in Old Town. One is still open, but
city limits are still good. City limits are good until, what is it, 9 p.m.? 10 p.m.?
10 p.m.
Yeah.
They moved it back. So restrictions on how late we can be open. So 10 p.m., unfortunately, that means your late shows, Nasty Show at Laugh Factory, After Hours at Zany's are now not happening.
That sucks so much. After Hours was killer, dude.
You guys said it was great. I listened to the show. It sounded very fun.
Yeah. It was one of the best. It really felt like the old scene again. Like Chicago comedy was like really back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fucking god damn it.
Well, this is the world we live in now. So,
yep.
Unfortunately, we just got to roll with the punches here. And hey, get on those Zoom shows. I don't know, just fucking around. But yeah, Zany's Rosemont closed. CG's closed. I got in there right under the wire. Did a week.
Yeah, did that last week,
Feature
right?
weekend.
Right.
So I got my money. No. But hey, shout out to Glenn Martino, dude, holding it down there.
Glenn. We love Glenn.
Yeah, Glenn. Hey, he's giving people opportunities.
He
man.
really does.
He's
nice to me. Very, very nice to me.
Yeah. So he's a guy who wants to give people opportunities. He's given a lot of opportunities to Chicago comics. So, especially like opportunities to do longer sets, do 30 minutes, headline.
And just a good club to work. Honestly, CG's very fun club. Good green room. Good people.
Absolutely. So whenever they open up again, make it down there, support them. Hopefully we can keep that room open, keep it running. But in any case, so how that's affected, the new restrictions have affected clubs in the city. Zany's is moving back their hours, 7:30 for times for shows between Sunday and Thursday, Friday and Saturday, now 6 and 8 o'clock shows. In terms of how their past week could go, Brian Morton had said, dude, Miss Pat crushed it every single night, sold out shows every single night. She's getting ready for a Netflix special. So you missed out. You had a chance to see her live, but hopefully that takes place soon. That Netflix special can take place soon.
It's the best time to see a comic is right before they shoot a special.
Oh, yeah.
They're their tightest.
Once they got everything together, yeah, absolutely. Dan Lamorte, fresh off a 100-pound weight loss.
175.
170. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So dude's lost a whole person, and he did really well this week, past weekend. And then Gabriel Rutledge is there this upcoming weekend. I think we had him queued up there. You can scroll down a little bit. Yeah, winner of the Seattle International Comedy Competition and the Laughing Skull Comedy Festival in Atlanta, both very reputable festivals / competitions. So he'll be here Wednesday through Sunday. So check him out over the weekend at Zany's in Old Town. Yeah, check him out, buy tickets, and go see him. And yeah, so on that, moving on to Comedy Bar, we have news for Comedy Bar. They are actually moving from their other location off of LaSalle Street to their location off of Superior. So if you haven't been there, it's like off the Magnificent Mile, 162 East Superior Street is where they're going to be operating out of permanently. They have an outdoor rooftop space. I think that's closed now for the season. That's at least what they say on their website. But they still have their indoor space where they'll be doing shows. So Comedy Bar's up there too. And
oh, fuck yeah, dude. Jeff Asmus.
Oh, hell
great.
yeah. Oh, boy, Jeff. Jeff will be there this weekend.
Stupid cock.
You've got a heart on for Jeff, don't you?
He's very funny. He's one of my favorite comics in the scene.
He's the best.
Big fan.
And Higgy
Oh.
November 7th.
Oh, Chris Higgins,
Very
your
funny,
boy.
good person.
Yeah, he's
Kenny
good.
DeForest, dude. What
Kenny
the fuck?
DeForest, very funny.
Comedy
Hey.
Bar's killing it, bro.
Chicago comic too. Kenny
Zorab,
DeForest.
he
Like a
sucks.
That's a great month. That is a very good month.
Hey,
of,
yeah, they get
of
some
comedy.
good. They get some good local folks up there. So also support those cats too. Don't just go to Zany's and Laugh Factory. Check out Comedy Bar as well. Get yourself some pizza. It's not bad. It's good. Eat it. Let's see. Laugh Factory. They've rolled back their times to 8 p.m. show Thursday, 8 p.m. show Sunday, and then Friday and Saturday, 6 and 8 p.m. Shows. They wanted me to also highlight, and this is true just for all the clubs. Guys, they're really serious about this COVID restriction stuff. I mean, we all need to be serious about it. So if you're gonna show up, clear it through Curtis or Kenda beforehand. Let them know. If you've got people who are coming and you want like comp tickets or something, let them know beforehand before they just show up. And they also said that they're not allowing people to just hang out, and unless you're on the lineup or your staff, to hang out in the comic lounge on the second floor. So if you're there, you're just coming to see the show, you got to take a seat. And you can't hang out at the bar either. They're really strict about that. That's non-negotiable. So just be smart, support the clubs. I know you want to be there. You want to hang out with your friends and all that. But just be smart, and so we can keep these places open and we can keep doing what we love to do, man. That's really what it comes down to. I mean, Lincoln Lodge, they're not doing open mics right now. And so it's places to actually perform live are coming few and far between. So
You're only gonna get through this if we stick together. Collective action.
yeah. Andrew, how much phone banking have you done?
This week I did about an hour and a half for the fair tax.
Hell yeah! So if you get text messages from People's Action every day, it's from Andrew Shanklin.
Yeah, it's from me.
Yeah.
And my time off for fun. That's what I do.
There you go. Hey man, you're actually putting the work in, trying to make the world a better place. We just tell jokes
leave
about
a lot
it.
of voicemails.
Did you hate those ones that are like there's still so many people who have voicemails where they're like the trick voicemails?
Oh, I hate that.
Oh god, that's the fucking worst.
No.
Those people need to fuck them. I assume they're supporting the other guy, but
Probably.
yeah. Oh, that's their type of humor. Sorry, before I start alienating, fuck them. Actually, I don't give a fuck. Any case, well, now for some positivity, some positive notes, things I want to talk about. Our section, Motherfuckers on the Rise. Can you say that, Andrew?
Motherfuckers on the rise.
Good enough.
There we go. This section we always like highlighting or promoting a local comic in the scene who we think is crushing it out there, who we want to give recognition to. And today's motherfucker on the rise is Mo Good.
Yeah.
Mo Good. Mo, honestly, I've seen Mo a few times. I've tried to book her, but she was already booked on something else. This was pre-COVID. And then I think we performed on the same show once, but I had to take off early. But anyways, I've seen her. She is fucking great. She fucking crushes it. And, I mean, she's like one of those people who sneaks up on you in terms of, like, where the fuck did you come from? Like, because you see her and you're like, wow, like, how did you develop so well, and you just I haven't been able to see you. But I think, speaking personally, a lot of people on the north side, we sleep on south and west side comics.
Very true.
We sleep on these people, and they're out there, they're putting in the work, and they're doing shit. And also, I told James beforehand, dude, black female comics in this scene are fucking strong, dude.
Very good. Very funny. That was sincere.
I know it was.
It was earnest.
Just the way it came off was just, yes, I just agree. Just nod your head until this section is over. All right. No, but honestly, Mo's, like I said, Mo's great. Honestly, if she...
That should be her name.
Oh,
Mo Great.
Mo Great. There you go.
You can have that one for free, Mo.
Take it, Mo. Take it and run with it. Mo the greatest.
Good tag.
There you go. But yeah, honestly, hey guys, if you're out there, you're booking shows, book Mo good. She's just been doing great things out in the scene. So, yeah, keep it up, Mo. Good on you. And good on. I mean, like I said, the black women in the scene, Corey Boyd Bell, Erica Nicole Clark. Mary Lee, Just Nesh, Nitra, Kimberly Marion out in the burbs. I mean, all of them in their own right, fucking strong fucking comics. So
hard to book, like you said, because they're very good and in demand.
Oh yeah, I've tried.
Yeah, I mean, same.
But hey, you know, they, like I said, they're on a lot of stuff. But Mo's one of those people who like will try and get out there to those shows, like. Well, she's got a low price point right now, but it's gonna balloon. I could see that it's gonna balloon in the coming, I don't know, months, years, whatever. But get her while you can. Get her on your shows while you can, y'all, because it's gonna go up. Yeah. So Mo, keep doing it, keep crushing it. Andrew, parting remarks for Mo Good.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. He's gonna get you in that comic book store someday.
One day.
He's gonna book you on that superhero themed show.
I haven't seen her, but I'm sure she's great. I've heard nothing but good things. I don't know. I feel like you're putting me on the spot and being a little.
No, I just love it because like those of you who don't know, Andrew Shanklin is a school teacher as well.
Yeah.
He's got your Mr. Rogers sweater on.
It's a cardigan.
Yeah, it's
thank you.
Yeah, it's of the times or of the season, I should say.
Yeah.
Autumn.
You know.
Yeah, you got those solid autumn colors. You a pumpkin spice fan, Andrew?
No, not really. I like a black coffee. You know.
Oh, okay. You're one of those.
But I'll pay like $5 for it.
You gotta sew some elbow patches into that fucking cardigan, dude.
Well, I left my other one at home.
It kills me how much I love you, Andrew.
Thank you.
You try so hard not to be basic, and I love it.
I appreciate that you recognize that.
Oh man. Okay. So we'll move on and get on to our alumni at work section here. So for this session, we always love to highlight people who are just crushing it, who are Chicago comics, who have kind of moved on, gone on to better things. Some of them who are still in the scene, but like they're doing good things nationally. Dion Cole. He dropped something. It's called "Working It Out" on it's on Netflix as a joke. You can find it on YouTube. Basically, it's like I describe it as like an unspecial. So he basically recorded all these sets and put them up online on YouTube for how he was working out his jokes and how they kind of evolved over time. So like you could see, it's very. It's rough in terms of just like it
looks like it was shot on a phone.
Yeah, it really was. And it's the thing that I thought was kind of cool. I watched about 15 minutes. Is that he kind of will cut in between different takes of the same joke.
Yeah.
which is something that I haven't seen and I thought was very cool.
Yeah, and you know some of it is just him kind of like it seems like he's just fooling around, but you know it's just it's him in a room of 40 people. Just trying to figure out what works. He starts off literally by saying, to do this, you have to bomb.
Yeah.
And so he's trying to figure out like what works, what doesn't. And so it's a little bit of the peek behind the curtain. So
do you know where this was filmed?
When or where?
Where?
It was in 2019, I know.
I'm not sure where.
Oh, wait, hold on, I might say there.
Yeah, I might say
probably the Hollywood Improv.
Working, Hollywood Improv. This is
be.
Raw Unfiltered Look at the set Dion Cole's working on prior to quarantine at the Hollywood Improv. Okay, It's not a comedy special. It's a rare and funny look into the craft and development of jokes night after night.
He does say that for every 15 jokes he writes, 1 is good, which is a very impressive ratio.
Yeah. Well, hell, Andrew, you
I read about 100 for 1 good.
dude. I'd say you write more than any fucking comic I've ever seen.
I write a lot. Yes, I will concede that.
I literally got you. I was the one who got you to put spaces in between.
Yeah, that is true. Before John bullied me relentlessly, I did not put paragraphs in my writing.
It looked like a manifesto.
It was insane. Yeah, it's horrifying to look at.
Well, now you can track your jokes easier, right?
Yeah. Well, now I can see where the jokes
end to begin.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, that's on YouTube. 40 minutes. Dion Cole working it out. Yep. And then other thing, kind of just got thrown up there, but I saw it today, was Hannibal Buress, his Live from Chicago Comedy Central special. They uploaded to YouTube for free, so you can watch Hannibal, who's a Chicago comic as well. Just 8 hours ago.
Huh.
Yeah.
Great special.
So this is interesting now.
Mm.
So right here we're looking at Hannibal Buress Live from Chicago, buy or rent, and then Hannibal Buress Live from Chicago, free. Now I will say this is missing. The free version is missing about 25 minutes on the other one.
Yeah.
So maybe you're not getting everything, even though
Can
it's a
you-
full special.
Can you go down and see how long the album is?
This is full special.
Let's see.
It's just like the playlist.
Yeah, it's a playlist.
Okay. Well,
Interesting.
Well, I mean, it's up there, and I know James probably didn't want me to say this, but hey, Connor King, you're in that special. You're literally, if you look at the 1 minute mark, you can see a young, hopeful Connor King laughing at a joke.
You know what? We're gonna find it right now.
Hey, it's. I'll tell you right at 1 minute.
A problematic joke, I believe.
Yes, nice.
Yeah,
I think he's in blackface too.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's see. Here's the 1 minute mark. Come on, Connor. Don't take us down, YouTube. We're just promoting our.
Hey, there he is.
Look at
Oh
us.
wow, yeah.
Wow,
him.
look at him,
Fresh-faced
snaggle
boy.
tooth and everything. There you go.
Is that a zit, Connor?
Hey,
right there?
yeah.
What's going on right
Yeah,
there?
he's a young man, young and youthful man. I
Look
bet
at
he's
his-
on I bet he was on a date and they cropped out his date. That is that is another young woman right
Good
on
for her.
on his left hand side.
It's a
there.
favor to her, honestly.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out Connor. You're this is your new credit. You. Anyways, yeah. So general news. Now we'll transition into talking about that a little bit. New COVID restrictions, like I said, they pretty much shut down a lot of the surrounding counties in Chicago, or in Chicagoland, I should say.
Yeah.
So like a lot of those clubs are closed.
Look at
and
that
whatnot.
graph, baby.
Yeah. So
Jesus,
been
fuck
going
Christ.
up.
It's like my bookings in the Chicago scene, huh?
Well,
Thank you.
if it was the opposite way, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, it's been going up. So unfortunately, we're in another surge, I guess. But yeah, well, here's hoping a vaccine can come soon, and then enough people will not be stupid and take it.
Some people are going to politicize this vaccine.
Oh, you think, Andrew?
Yeah.
Is that gonna, people will politicize medicine? Is that what you're
In
insinuating?
America? Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, but yeah, we're going up. We're going up.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Will and Kankakee, you breached the threshold.
Yeah,
Chicago, we're right there.
We're really playing chicken with that red line.
Hey,
huh?
man, if we could just keep this at a solid 7.9%.
like a white comedian at an open mic. We're really trying to get up on the line. Okay. Come on, John. Come on. That was a good one.
Hey, that was good. I'll give it to you. But yeah, unfortunately, that's where we're at right now. So yeah, be smart and take precautions, guys. Otherwise, we're only going to be doing comedy in Indiana.
Wear your
and
mask. Keep your
nobody wants to do
distance.
that shit.
I've been seeing numbers to get like specific about neighborhoods. This neighborhood, 15% positivity, right?
Lakeview,
Roscoe Village,
Roscoe Village.
North
Fuck.
Center area.
Lakeview,
yeah.
I thought was like ground zero for a minute.
Yeah, probably. Well, and I believe it's Southwest Chicago. So
Yeah.
like Gage Park and all that
For
is
sure.
like really high right now.
Yeah.
And they haven't seen any relief since all this started either, because Chicago politicians hate poor people. So,
Yep.
How many people are there not getting tested? Just like,
I mean, a lot.
Yeah, they have no resources down there.
Yeah, it's
so.
brutal.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Thanks,
yeah.
Lori.
And if I could take a second and use your platform to promote that, schools should be closed. The schools should remain closed.
Are they not closing schools for this?
It's kind of like in a weird position where they want to send back preschoolers and like cluster program special ed students. So those are very high need students. However, it would send about 10,000 people back to the building, and it's very kind of in flux. But I mean, it would be beneficial to all parties involved to keep everybody home and remote.
Jesus.
Yeah, fuck school.
Yeah.
Yeah, also that.
Well, I don't
dumb.
want to say. I already stuck my neck out a little bit here.
Hey, Rebecca Gibson had the right idea. Homeschool. There you go.
Uh-huh.
And then other news. Borat 2 released on Amazon Prime last Friday. I saw it. I thought it was awesome. I enjoyed it. It wasn't as good as the first, I don't think, just because like you kind of understand his comedy and like what he's trying to do, but so there are not many surprises. I knew about the Giuliani thing.
I watched the Giuliani scene. I haven't watched the
Okay.
whole movie yet, but I watched the Giuliani thing.
It's pretty.
What do you think? Was it a tuck?
Oh no, it was not a talk.
No. I mean,
It's pretty damning, I think.
look
but-
here. I would usually give people the benefit of the doubt on shit, but he's a fucking scumbag, and
The whole time he's kind of like, you can tell he's kind of.
oh yeah, he's a complete piece of shit, and I hate
Yeah.
him. But anyways,
If you say so.
he's
I just broke down the tuck scene on another podcast right before you got here.
Did you?
It's a tuck.
Well, I'm not giving him.
I'm 90%
I'm not
tuck,
giving
bro.
him that benefit.
I don't like Giuliani.
I'm no,
But
no,
it was a
fuck
fucking
him,
tuck, dude.
His own daughter hates him. Fuck that
Well,
guy
sure.
and his disgusting
Sure.
bottom teeth. It is a fucking nightmare down there.
Just saying.
I think one of the craziest parts is just him in the interview. I'm like, you're just a freak. You're just like,
He is, man.
like,
But I like the movie, and I like the what's the actress's name? His co-star.
I don't know, but he was like really pushing on. I was watching a clip of Good Morning America where he was like, she should get an Oscar, blah blah blah.
Oh
He
yeah,
was-
because
he
she
was
like
pumping her up.
came out of nowhere.
And it seems like she was very good.
Yeah, Maria Bakalova. She came out of nowhere and really. I mean, I don't know really anything else that she's been in. I don't think I've seen it.
She's only been in stuff that's in Bulgaria.
Okay. Yeah,
Bulgarian?
because she's from Bulgaria.
Yeah, she's only been in like Bulgarian films, I believe.
Yeah, but I mean, she really. Someone who commits to the bit. I was like, holy shit, she really like hit it out of the park. So, hopefully we see her in some more stuff.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah, she was great. And if you can, co-star beside Sacha Baron Cohen and pull off the
She
things
kind
he
of
does.
stole the show, too. Like,
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
whole movie was basically about her because Borat couldn't be Borat in
Oh,
most
yeah.
places.
The debutante ball was
Oh, dude, I couldn't even
so
look.
fucking good. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's so good.
I
It's
gotta watch
so
this.
good.
The
Yeah.
two dudes in the house, too, that he stayed with for like a month.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, bro. It was like living with Todd Massey and Bobby Butts
Oh.
for a month, dude.
Oh man, yeah, it was good. It was good stuff. So yeah, check out Borat 2 on Amazon Prime. So yeah, and then last but not least, we'll get to Andrew's favorite part here.
The main event.
The main event. Our point counterpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Clubs and indie shows. Andrew's arguing in favor of indie shows. I'm arguing in favor of clubs. Andrew, I think I could tell you were jumping at the bit, so I'll let you go first, dude.
Well, I want to start off by saying if you're a club owner in Chicago, you should definitely consider booking me, regardless of what I'm about to say. However, I will say that I do think one thing that I think is very cool about indie shows is it gives a couple of things. It gives comics who maybe club owners might not know about or be tentative to book in some spots, opportunities to perform in front of smaller or more niche audiences. It also you're going to see kind of like a wider range of kind of styles and approaches to comedy on your typical indie show. People are going to take more chances. That's very fun. That's very exciting. And that is my first pitch. I don't know. I gotta let you kind of make your points.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, however, I feel like when you look at wanting to perform comedy outside of just solely, say, your geographic area, your city, I think that's where clubs really come in handy because, say, like comedy bars, zanies, you're gonna get a tourist crowd, and with clubs like Rosemont, Zanies Rosemont, and CG's, you're gonna get the suburbs crowd. And so these are people these are the same type of people you're gonna encounter where you perform in Chicago, you perform in Cleveland, you perform in Nashville. These are the same kind of people. So if you can kill an indie show here in like a comic book store or a basement or wherever, and you could consistently kill in these indie shows, but that's not necessarily mean you can kill south of I-80 or north of fucking Milwaukee.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe some people don't want to kill in those rooms, and maybe they want to do a certain type of comedy that is better suited toward these kind of crowds. And especially with podcasts now, there are plenty of people who kind of can make a pretty modest living between a Patreon and then doing kind of like these indie shows for more niche audiences where they've already built out some of these people, because there are plenty of comedians who are doing that and are able to kind of perform maybe more of what they want to without having to, some people might feel like they're compromising to appeal to these.
Well, I think it's a skill set you develop, though, from working at a club, though. Because, I mean, I know guys who can do both. And let's say, like, Cameron Gillette. Mm-hmm. He's a guy who I see, like, he has a lot of experimental, more, like, alt comedy bits that I feel like probably maybe originated in an indie room. And he got it to a point where it's like, but he also has those skill sets that he can use them at a club too. So he knows how to at least appeal to people on both sides who are his audience and people who don't necessarily know who he is or care, but he can win them over. So I feel like working at a club and performing for people who don't know you, don't care, and don't really have a reason to care, there is a certain skill set you develop by doing those shows.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny that. That would be insane. Yeah, I just think the thing that's cool about indie shows is I feel like that's really what grows the scene in a way that the clubs, like, like the clubs, yeah, they do grow comics, and a lot of the club owners here are very great about giving people opportunities, but in terms of like how can comedians help each other, when like I'm talking about like, kind of like how can we, let's throw out some political mutual aid collectivism. That's kind of what this indie show scene can do, and it can be this. It's like that's where I feel like the scene, in terms of the scene, is really really blossoms, and you'll see people kind of people who are really on the come up. I feel like you'll see them at the indie shows, and like there's this camaraderie, and that's where you can even bring in like people like CYSK has these audiences that there are frequent goers to, and that's something that you see kind of across all these shows. And Chuck brings in all these comics who aren't maybe at a level where they can headline a club, but you can get like 5 or 6 really great comics from New York on a Chuck lineup and all these things. So it's like, I think it's more like what kind of comedy you want to see. And for me, the kind of comedy that I like to do and the comedy I like to see kind of gravitates and coalesces around those indie rooms.
Oh yeah, and like we've done both. So yeah, we've been in both spheres. What I will say though is I think in terms of career, like opportunities for a career progression, the opportunities are vastly more available in the club scene as opposed to an indie scene. Like indie, you also have to. I don't think there are any managers or anybody or agents going to indie shows.
Well, Comedy Central, they book Up Next off Parlor Car.
Okay.
So that's where the Parlor Car, they book the auditions for the Comedy Central Up Next. And then also you have, Laugh Factory, but Lincoln Lodge and CYSK both do JFL auditions as well. So
that's true.
So yeah, all those major festivals and stuff do take from there. And you can get a great clip out of CYSK, you can get a great clip out of Chuck, and you can use those to submit for festivals as well. So
see, I knew this was going to happen. I knew you were going to come on here and do your homework. And I was like, I'm used to debating Paul. This is easy. And they're just going to come up here with his books and his resources.
Yeah, I thought about this a lot.
That's good because I only gave you like a day to think about it. But yeah. No, you make great points there. It is the scene shifting, or the I think the industry shifting away. I don't want to say away from the clubs, but it's decentralizing. Whereas like 20, 30 years ago, you had to be in
Oh, for
the
sure.
clubs because there's no other real way to quote unquote make it.
And I think that's kind of what I was trying to get at. Is like I think there's so many ways to kind of act out a niche in comedy, and like the idea of like doing the clubs is great, and you can make connections and you can start hitting the road and stuff. But there are plenty of look at the people who have done Up Next on Comedy Central. I mean, like there are definitely Laugh Factory regulars there, but a lot of those people really cut their teeth in the indie scene in Chicago. Yeah, and that's kind of where they kind of weaved in. But those people also do the clubs too. So. But
how many of those old guys who are still around from the 80s are hanging out at indie shows?
I mean, not a lot. I like those guys.
There's
They're very
no
fun.
longevity in indie shows, is my point.
They're fun to watch. They're fun to do. But that's the thing is, like, a lot of those guys didn't come up when there were these indie shows. They came up when there were, like, a million clubs and you didn't even need indie rooms. And now you have plenty of indie rooms because, like, and I think part of it is, like, these indie rooms kind of fill, like, there's only so many club spots available on a night, and there's way more comics. Yeah. So because of that, I mean, people need places to go. People need to do stand-up. And, like, at the very least, it can be a springboard, if not a thing into itself. So
I don't know though. Do you take like if you had a spot at a club as opposed to an indie show?
I think you're asking the wrong person this question.
No, I'm saying like you don't you approach them differently?
I do, yeah. I will say that I do, but I also think that the kind of comedy I do is like I'm accepting that at a club. I'm hoping half the people like me enough to make up for the other half, Not a lot of people at the Laugh Factory on a Saturday dying to hear a joke about Steamboat Willie, So
you don't know, maybe they are, dude. Give yourself a little more credit.
If it's a good enough joke.
Hey, book Andrew Shakelin. I want to see him at a Saturday at the Laugh Factory. I want to see that.
I want to do a Saturday at the Laugh Factory.
Hell yeah! hit up Kenda and Curtis and book him. He's good. I promise.
Good.
I vouch for this fucking guy.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, he's really good. He's crushing those Zoom mics.
I do 2 a week.
That's no more than that. Don't do any more.
I do 2 a week, and then I write every other night. So I do write.
God, you write.
I write a lot.
You write so fucking much. Write our script.
I will say that's important. Writing is important.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a question regarding your argument. So when does an indie show become a club? Because a natural progression of a successful indie show is to turn into a club.
That's a very good point. Yeah. I mean, I guess Lincoln Lodge is kind of literally a club now.
That's the best example of what that is.
To have fully gone from an independent show to now it is literally a comedy club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it a comedy club in the the colloquial regard of like, people look at a club a certain way versus an indie room a certain way?
I think once it stops being owned by the comedians. Once the primary objective of the show the show is a business, a money-making entity, I think then it becomes a club.
So I will say CYSK a club?
I mean, that was what I was kind of going to say. CYSK, there is like a structure to get past at, which is how, I mean, I don't know how much Chicago clubs really function like that now.
I think they're more of a hybrid. I mean, I don't think they want to be a club. Is
Comedy Bar a club?
Comedy Bar is
100% a club.
Comedy Bar is owned by former Chicago comedian and operated by former Chicago comedian. I mean, he's still here.
But I'm saying, it's not the scene. He's not actively,
and he's running it in another building that's not his.
Yeah,
he's running a bar show 7 days a week.
I feel like it's a dedicated,
but
I think having a dedicated space kind of makes a big difference.
Well, I don't necessarily.
CYSK isn't a dedicated space.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think it's a dedicated space.
Okay, yeah, very true.
Yeah,
was stand up a club? No. It was a bar show.
Yeah.
But we had a monetary structure. We didn't make much money, but we had a monetary structure.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's this distinction that people like to make between bars and clubs. In this town, we have a very special thing here where a lot of what we have is owned by us.
Very true.
And there are more indie shows, like you were saying, Andrew, earlier, that there's so many indie shows to make up for the few amount of club spots that are available. Yeah. We kind of run the city.
Yeah.
And we have for a long time. And so there's this very blurred line between what a club and an indie show actually is. I think they're kind of the same thing unless you're talking about Laugh Factory or Zanies. Yeah. And even then, the inmates run the asylum at Laugh Factory.
Laugh Factory, I was going to say, is it's basically bar shows that just are produced at Laugh Factory.
We ran stand-up
not to shit on any of those shows, but like that is kind of what they are.
Well, it is. Blackout Diaries is coming back next month at Laugh Factory. That was a bar show that turned into a theatrical show that is now in a larger theater. But it's still
It's a showcase. It's still a showcase club.
But it's still a showcase club.
Yeah.
But most indie shows are showcase shows.
Yeah.
It's all the same thing. Just a matter of who owns the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, once you into that tax bracket, once you
Hell yeah,
what what do you file as a club? Like, what's the? I don't remember.
You'd probably file as like a corporation, right?
For Laugh Factory?
Yeah, they.
Well, Laugh Factory for sure.
Well, Laugh Factory's for sure. Yeah.
Most of
these
indies-
is too. I bet.
Yeah, Zanies is probably a corporation. But all these indie shows, and that's, I guess, there's the distinction.
Yeah.
If you're a 501c3 or if you're a fucking,
I
you
know.
know.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean,
When the
we were
government-
very under the table at my bar show. yeah.
Cash only, baby.
Yeah.
Well, shit, you're paying out $10-$20, but
On a good night, you know.
yeah, but
One thing.
no,
Sorry.
go
One
ahead.
thing I do want to say that I do think is pretty cool about indie shows is that the spaces are physically different, and that
Right.
really changes the whole thing. And it's fun to do comedy in different spaces and different shaped rooms and like different places.
Flavor is important.
Yeah, and that's part of the fun of an
to an
indie show.
extent.
Like, no, I mean, like, so here, like, I mean, like, let me think. Like, so one of my favorite shows I've ever done is, I wish I had looked it up before this. I did this, a brewery show in Denver, and it was like in the back part where they like brewed the beer, and it was like probably 40 people, and that an indie show, you know, and it was like one of the coolest things I've ever done. It was like cool hip brewery, and like compare that to like even like a North Bar, which like I mean North Bar maybe you could argue is kind of a club because there's so many shows that happen there.
Yeah, but they're first and foremost a bar.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. But
Yeah, that's their primary thing. I mean, shit. To your point, though, I had an indie show that I called the Wild Comedy Club,
yeah.
and I just called it a club just to lend some legitimacy to the show
Yeah.
itself. But just the name itself, yeah, it just, I don't know, it just
Or like a wet cache.
it resonates.
Even.
Yeah,
wet cache is different than like another show, and it's the room makes a difference, and the way the laughs echo too.
Yep.
That's all part of it. Sorry, I
Yep.
cut you off, but
we got you. We got you deep into nerd land here.
yeah,
right?
No,
but
about room dynamics and
yeah.
hell yeah. James, we got any questions? Any queries? Anything? Comments or concerns?
shit. Look here, we probably do. I've been watching the live stream.
Oh man, I got. Remember last week I got some emails, or a email and a message from somebody about who we referred to.
I know who you're talking about.
Yes, who we referred to last time. I didn't respond because nothing good was going to come
Oh,
from that.
that.
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
That, and I didn't.
What a
respond.
fun thing that
That was
might be soon with another podcast.
Oh yeah, that was also talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know,
see.
they're
People are thinking about it.
they're gonna get their. I suppose they might get their hopefully last 2 minutes of their 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't heard a blip about this person and since last week, so we are now adding to that person's.
Well, we didn't say any names. So.
Oh, we don't. We're not saying names,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
they know who they are
They do.
because they reached out to me. Oh shit!
Good.
An email to your personal email?
Oh yeah,
Oh boy.
saying meet me downtown, dead serious.
Well, that was me.
All right. No queries. I
No
assume?
queries,
No
no.
queries. No
No.
comments. Okay. Well, hey, y'all send in, peoplecometynetwork@gmail.com. Correct.
Correct.
So you got anything you want us to discuss or talk about? Let us know. And this has been our episode. Andrew Shanklin, thank you so much for stepping into the guest seat.
Happy to be here. Happy to do it anytime. Literally anytime.
You knocked it. You knocked it out of the park, Paul. If you want to take a long, I don't know, day after the Super Bowl day off, I
Yeah.
think Andrew will be willing to sub in for
I'll
that
sub in.
Monday.
Yeah.
But yeah, awesome. Guys, stay safe out there. Keep doing what you're doing. And yeah, this has been the Chicago Comedy Show.
Yes. Chicago.
I've been Mark Ludington. Good night.